Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, earlier this week, man, it was a tragedy out there in Florida. Shout out Florida. And it was involving this young man right here, man. May he rest in peace. This guy right here is 23-year-old Roger Fortson. He was a U.S. Airman, meaning he was in the Air Force and serving his country. Supposedly, it was a disturbance, thought of a disturbance. Police got a call of a disturbance. Let me just put it like that. And an officer arrived on scene, knocked on this guy's apartment door. And as he opened the door, Mr. Fortson opened the door. He had a gun in his hand. He was told to step back by the officer, who saw the gun and fired on him, shooting him, and he lost his life tragically later on. Now, a lot of people are making a, big thing out of this, and they should. I try to look at these police videos and look at a lot of this stuff that's out here. In all fairness, in my opinion, this is one of the things as an officer you don't do. Now, I know we all have split seconds to make executive decisions, but come on, man. After you guys see this video, I think this officer was out of line and somebody need to pay for this. This guy was in the U.S. military, the government looking for answers, as well as the family. His mother's hurt, family's hurt. This guy was doing the right thing, and he still succumbed to some BS. Take a look at this video.
Now to newly released body cam video showing the fatal police shooting of a black U.S. airman in his own home last week. His family was fighting for the video's release, demanding answers. We do want to warn you, this video is graphic. ABC's Pierre Thomas has the story.
This is the moment U.S. Airman Roger Fortson was fatally shot in his own home by a Florida sheriff's deputy.
Sheriff's office, open the door! Step out.
You see it all play out in newly released body camera footage from the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Department. The officer announces his presence at Fortson's apartment after receiving a report of a disturbance.
Sheriff's office, open the door!
Fortson appears and is shot almost instantaneously. Watch closely, slow down, and you see the door open. There appears to be a gun in Fortson's right hand, but it's pointing downward, never aimed at the officer, who immediately fires, striking Fortson in the chest and arm. Fortson later died at the hospital.
He shot up. My baby was shot up.
His family claiming authorities had the wrong apartment, that Fortson was alone on the phone with his girlfriend. Authorities say the investigation will be thorough.
I want to assure you that we are not hiding, covering up, or taking action that would result in a rush to judgment of Mr. Fortson or our deputy.
But this morning it's unclear whether Fortson actually caused the reported disturbance.
Tell the truth about my son. I know my son did not do anything to you guys.
The military wanting answers as well.
We certainly never want to see our airmen or any military member or any part of our DoD family be put into a situation like this.
The deputy involved in that shooting is on administrative leave, and both the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the state's attorney's office are conducting their own investigations.
That's the story of what happened, the tragedy that befell Mr. Roger Fortson. Damn, I keep saying Fortson. May he rest in peace, man, and may his family get the justice they deserve that he's not here to see. Now, I'm going to tell you something. That was some scary policing right there. And no matter what, I keep bringing this up, people brought up, oh, we need police reform and all of this type of stuff. We do. It makes no sense. First of all, if it was a disturbance, why is only one officer coming? Usually with disturbance, they have multiple officers. So you got your word as an officer against a dead man when the body cameras say you shouldn't have did that in the first place. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I do find fault on both sides. I do. And before you turn the video off and get all judgmental and say I'm taking the cop's side. I'm not. Just hear me out. From the standpoint of the police officer, he was called out there, right? He knocked on the door hard as hell, announced himself as police, right? Knocked on that door hard and announced himself twice. But I think when he had knocked on that door, the knocks on them door, the aggressive knocks on the door, and that's nothing. I don't know why they do that. You knock aggressively on somebody's door, that immediately put them on alert. Sometimes when you knocking and announce yourself as the police, the knock is louder than what you saying. So him coming to the door with a gun, I kind of, you know what I'm saying? In a way, I'm like, hold up. I kind of, I got to defend that. But I will say this. Why he didn't look at the peek hole to see it was a cop? And then when he looked out the peek, he might have looked at the peek. I think he looked at the peek hole. Remember, the cop kept dipping back. So, I mean, nowadays with the way crime is and home invasions and stuff, man, he had every right to have a gun in his hand. Now, once he seen it was a cop, you know what I'm saying? He had the gun in his hand. Then the cop saw it and immediately, boom, 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 which was wrong. They're going to have to be held accountable for that. That cop need to face some type of charges, at least manslaughter. Seriously. Why would you open fire on the dude? Now, I know the guy got the gun. I mean, we come from Compton. He saw the gun. The guy's hand was up. The guy's hand was up. He could have been like, he already had the advantage. Dropped the weapon. You didn't even give a command. You just gave him the business. It looked like something in a crooked police movie when like other police are trying to get a policeman who was crooked and they trying to kill him and they come to the house acting like they police and be like, step back from the door. And then they set him up and shoot him real quick. That's what that looked like. But either way, that was poor policing. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Any type of disturbance will put somebody on alert because, we seeing cops getting knocked off at an all-time rate, all-time high. But that type of situation, man, come on. I don't even know how he could have avoided that. I mean, I would have came to the door with a gun anyway. But then again, I don't know that area. I don't know the situation. Everybody can look at it from a surface level. I don't know if it's high crime in that area. Don't know. But they said, the family said, hey, we need y'all to tell the truth. I know my kid. When the mom said that, man, I kind of believe her because, I got good kids. This boy is around the age of my one of my children, Antoine. He's a year younger. And Antoine's a good kid. I know his character. I know his heart. I know this. So like if somebody came and told me something crazy, I would highly dispute it. So I can't knock her for that. But I mean, I think it was a poor decision. He came to the door with the gun. But then again, I don't think for him, he's smart enough. He in the Air Force. He's smart enough. I think he didn't know it was the police. And when they was knocking, it overrid them announcing who he was. He just heard that aggressive knocking and was like, hold up, and came to the door. And I think that's why he got shot, because he had the gun. But he did try to resolve it. Hey, wait a minute. Before he could even get it out, the cop blasted him. It's the cop's fault. You know what I'm saying? You can't even it's the cop's fault. So I honestly believe the cop should face some type of charges. This guy was doing what he was supposed to do. And that's the thing. He's in his property. We should all as citizens have a right to defend ourselves. Whether you see a gun or not, he didn't even move the gun. Or he just put his hand up and you blasted him. That's unacceptable, man. He was struck in the chest and the arm. I don't even know how you could have, the way that scenario played itself out, I don't even know how you could have changed that or how he could have stopped himself from getting shot unless he didn't have a gun in his hand in the first place. Now they're saying, the family says, hey, it was the wrong place. You know what I honestly believe? And this is just me giving an interjection. You know how you on the phone with somebody? Remember, he got shot with his girlfriend on FaceTime. They on FaceTime, it's like you're seeing each other and standing face to face. Y'all laughing, joking in the house, over talking each other. People probably thought it was a disturbance and called it in because they was talking loud in the house on FaceTime. That's the only reason why I see the police coming in. If they saying they ain't had the right, if they saying they had the right house, that's the only reason. Why would they call for a disturbance and give that address unless they heard somebody in there and thought it was an argument with them laughing or whatever? Or they could have been arguing. You never know. But either way, man, this guy should still be alive, and this cop shouldn't have shot him. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing here? I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, man. Roger Fortson, may he rest in peace, man. I pray for his family, and they get my condolences. But this cop need to face some charges. A lot of people need to be accountable, and they need to go and revise something after looking at this. Because there's no damn way, whether he's black, white, green, or purple, you go knock on somebody's door, expecting them to open the door for you, and then shoot the shit out of them. Fuck out of here. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.